Hello, welcome to week 4 of Health and Wellness 200. This is my wellness journal. I'm going to start right off. I wasn't necessarily surprised with my life stressor score to a certain extent. I was a little bit. I thought it would be actually higher than what it was. My score was 316, and I thought it was going to be much higher, closer to 400 or the higher, but I guess in reality I don't have too much to be stressed out about. When it comes to that being, fairly moderate, I used to be a journalist and I used to be a chef, two of the most stressful jobs that you could ever have in the entire world, so I know that I can deal with a lot of stress both mentally and physically. So I've tried to keep the majority of it out of my life just by streamlining things, make it a little bit simpler, and I guess that's maybe why I have a little bit less of a stressor score. When it comes to the major stressors that are impacting my personal wellness, I would say work and relationships. Work is definitely a whole lot different than what I'm used to. For the past 12 years I've been, like I said, a chef, and 6 years as a chef and 6 years as a journalist. And working with certain areas at my job that I can't control is difficult for me. Also, just having consistent relationships out here with Ashford University, because I'm so driven as much as I am toward success and finding myself where I want to go. I know that once I become much happier in that regard when it comes to work, I know that I will be able to focus a little bit more on the relationships, because I'll have to worry less about the work stress. So when it comes to the dimensions of wellness that are impacted by stress, I would have to say emotional and mental wellness are the biggest areas that are impacted for me. I can handle a lot of physical work when it comes to the kitchen or working construction or playing basketball or anything like that, but I have a pretty consistent diet of stress from my work, mostly mental. And in turn, that kind of like trickles down, a little bit of a domino effect into my emotional. So that, if I was a little bit more consistently happy at work, I would definitely have a whole heck of a lot more, or a heck of a lot less stress. When it comes to the demonstrated relaxation techniques, I do quite a few of them. I practice meditation currently, deep breathing, visualization, and muscle relaxation. But maybe extending those, especially the meditation and the deep breathing, I think would be very beneficial to me. Now, when it comes to if I think that a relationship technique, if I did it more consistently on a regular basis, would it help in reducing stress? I believe that 100%, because I used to be much more stressed prior to doing any sort of meditation or deep breathing. A little bit of road rage in that, just honking the horn mainly, saying colorful language. But once I started meditating, I started definitely relaxing a whole lot more on the road. I definitely allowed myself to relax a little bit more in interactions with people. And definitely I let a lot slide off my back in that sense. So I think I've definitely grown in that. And that's, I believe, a lot has to do with the deep breathing and meditation in that regard, and the visualization. So that is the answer to that one. When it comes to the major health risks for me, diseases associated with stress, really prolonged chronic stress, from psychological depression, negative personality, kind of being very hard on myself, and loneliness can cause my immune system to definitely be affected. I've never been this sick in my entire life, even with walking in and out of freezers and coolers and going in hot kitchens and stuff like that, temperature changes. Working in the cubes has definitely been very mentally stressful, and I think that that's definitely had a toll on my immune system in that regard. Now, the two strategies that effectively deal with stress that I would like to consider is, I think that meditating after work, including before work, just for 5 minutes, I think would tremendously help a lot. And then just having more positive affirmations throughout the day at work to keep me on an even keel and kind of remember the positive things that I did that day. So this is my week 4 journal for Health and Wellness 200. Again, this has been very enlightening and informative, very reflective. Thank you.